quota was here. In 2023, group theory alone was 2 questions in part B, 6 marks, 4 questions in part C, 19 marks, 25 marks group theory, plus 1 question ring theory part B and 2 questions ring theory part C. एक फील्ड से आया था, 9.5 marks, so that's 9.5 marks, plus 3 marks obviously, so we have 37.5 marks from the group theory alone in your last exam. लेवल कैसा था? मिक्स था, कुछ क्वेश्चन आसान थे, कुछ डिफिकल्ट थे, कुछ बहुत आसान थे, mixed up combination was there. Okay, so the pattern will be same. I will give you a question, you guys will try to solve it, and the moment you are done we will discuss the solution. Okay, so let's just start. The question number 1 is on your screen. You can start solving it. The moment you are done you can answer in the comment section, and then we can discuss together. Again, you will look into the comment section before answering only when you are done with the problem. ऐसा नहीं करना है कि आंसर देख लिया एंड देन उसके बाद में आप इट इज ऑन योर स्क्रीन. ट्राई 1. एक आंसर है मेरे पास तुरंत 1. ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी आसान है. यू कैन से डायरेक्टली आपका क्लास के नोट से या फिर जो क्लास में था उसी से आ गया है. स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, you know, which is not regular but it happened in this exam. A. Everyone is agreeing with A. Okay. ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्डर 10 ऐसा PYQ भी है एक ऐसा, और you can say that we had somewhat very similar problem in the past. All right. क्लास इक्वेशन का क्वेश्चन है. Okay, I'm trying to set up a timer. Let's see if it works fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have to change the background. Rest is fine. Okay. All right. Let me discuss this problem. आपको दिया हुआ ग्रुप ऑर्डर ऑफ ग्रुप जो है वो दिया हुआ है 10. द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग यू डू इज, जब भी आपको डायरेक्ट नंबर दे रखा हो ग्रुप में उसके प्राइम फैक्टर कर लो. 2 into 5 it's P into Q and we have standard class equation for group of order P into Q. And it says that which of the following equation can occur as the class equation of group of order 10. देखो ग्रुप अबिलियन तो हो ही सकता है एंड द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए. आपको बाकी देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. क्वेश्चन जो है ये 10 सेकंड का क्वेश्चन है. नेट JRF एग्जाम में 3 नंबर समझ लो कि बढ़ रहे थे, और यही रीजन है ऐसे क्वेश्चन जब पेपर में आते हैं तो कट ऑफ को वो ऊपर खींचते हैं. इस क्वेश्चन से कट ऑफ में सीधा 3 नंबर बढ़ गया है. ये क्वेश्चन वो नहीं है जो डिसाइड करेगा आपका सिलेक्शन होगा कि नहीं होगा. अगर आपने नहीं किया है तो पक्का नहीं होगा, क्योंकि इसने डायरेक्ट 3 नंबर अप कर दिया कट ऑफ को. जो भी ग्रुप थ्योरी पढ़ा है वो ये क्वेश्चन करके आएगा. जिसका सिलेक्शन हुआ है वो मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम उन्होंने ये क्वेश्चन किया है. ठीक है, तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन गलत करने से बचना है आपको. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसकी कोई इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, आपको बचना है ना. दुआ करो ऐसे क्वेश्चन ना आए तो आप एकदम सही करके आओ, क्योंकि ये कट ऑफ नहीं कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, बढ़ा देंगे सीधा 3 नंबर. ओके, लेट्स, सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन फर्स्ट. लेट्स मूव अहेड. इसमें दे रखा है कि एक क्लास में 3 एलिमेंट जाएंगे. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज द कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ क्लास always divide order of group. It may not be a subgroup, it's not a subgroup, but it divides the order of the group. क्योंकि जो क्लास की कार्डिनलिटी वो होती है order of group upon a normalizer of that element, and which again a divisor of G, order of G. So this is false, and in this case they says that the center has 3 element. That is also not correct. अगर आपके पास ग्रुप का ऑर्डर 10 है, सेंटर का ऑर्डर हमेशा उसका डिवाइजर होगा, ऑर्डर ऑफ ZG divide order of G. This is also gone. In this case they says that the center has 2 element, which is also not possible, because in group of order P into Q either group is abelian, and if group is non-abelian then the center is trivial. Okay, so this is also gone. Right. अब P into Q की क्लास इक्वेशन कैसी होती है, that you need to know that you will have 1 and you have Q and rest of them you will have P's, okay, such that you get the sum to be P into Q. नहीं, you will also get Q's as well, but you will have to find out a combination जिससे P into Q बन जाए. P and Q both will be there. Okay, let's move to the next question. This was the easiest question in the exam. पूरे एग्जाम में ही अगर मैं कंसिडर करूँ तो this was one of the easiest question. Let's move to the next one. This question. ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा आप डिफिकल्ट बोल सकते हो, डिफिकल्ट ही बोलोगे, because either you need to know some theorems. If you don't know the theorems, then this question is really difficult for you. करिए ये ट्राई. Too much. Four. Done. Okay, let me discuss this now. We'll discuss one by one all of them. ठीक है, audio video is fine now. I hope there is no issues. If there is issue, let me know. I'm just trying to set a timer here. Okay, we'll set later on. Let's discuss this one. आपको दिया हुआ है P be a prime number and Z be a group such that Z belongs to G. There is an element N such that G to the power P to the power N is 1. That means that order of G divides P to the power N for some N. What does that tell you? That tells you कि हर एलिमेंट का ऑर्डर जो है वो फाइनाइट है. Okay, every element is of finite order. Now let's look for the options. If I look at option 3, it says that the center of G can be infinite, and that we have. Like अगर आपके पास में एक ऐसा ग्रुप हो जिसके अंदर सारे एलिमेंट जो उनका ऑर्डर कुछ प्राइम पावर ही हो, so I can simply take P and delta. I can take, yes, P and delta. Every element is of order 2. Okay, and since it is an abelian group, so the center will be Pn itself. It can be even uncountable. Okay, and in this case we have that for any x square we have x del x, which is empty. So that's identity here. Or you can take z2 cross z2 cross z2 infinite times, z2 cross z2 and so on. That will also do. Okay, we can take an infinite abelian group. जो ये प्रॉपर्टी सेटिस्फाई करता हो, एंड ऑप्शन 3 इज अ ट्रू स्टेटमेंट. ओके, नाउ पी स्क्वायर. अब यहाँ पे साइलो का थ्योरम यूज कर सकते हैं, दैट इफ पी टू दी पावर के, थ्योरम्स फॉर ऑप्शन नंबर 2, if p to the power k divides order of group, implies there exists a subgroup of order p to the power k. For every prime power divisor there will be a subgroup. Now but that theorem is not doing here, because we need the index to be p square, yani p of h is equal to p to the power 4 and h is normal in G. That's what we need. Do we have that? एक स्टेटमेंट है, एक रिजल्ट है, प्रूफ तो मैं यहाँ पे नहीं दे पाऊंगा. इट इज प्रूव्ड यूजिंग कोशी एंड सम मोर थ्योरम्स एंड इंडक्शन, ये सारे मिला के. स्टेटमेंट क्या है? इफ order of G is equal to p to the power n, then for any m lies between 1 to n minus 1, there exists a normal subgroup of order p to the power m. This. So by this result you can actually select option first and second both. So if cardinality of Z is p to the power 5, then it has a subgroup of index p square. Yes, it has subgroup of every index. सारी index का subgroup मिलेगा इसके पास for all the divisors by this theorem. Okay. If cardinality of G is p to the power 6, then G has at least 5 normal subgroups, and which is also true by this logic, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 1 से लेके m is equal to 1 to n minus 1, यानी कि m varies from 1 to okay. अब इसको वापस मैं स्मॉल कैसे करूंगा? Yeah, fine. So in this case, if your m varies from 1 to 6, right, 5 minus 1, so that's 6 minus 1, that's 5. तो ये 5 के 5 normal subgroup मिल गए. So statement 2 is also fixed. Okay. So we have answer first, second and third are correct options, and we have to select false statement, which leads us to that the statement number 4 is incorrect. Now how do we prove that the statement number 4 is incorrect? Then in that case we have to go to the concept of maximal subgroups. We find out that it has, we talk about maximal subgroup, and with some more concept related to maximal subgroup, we can prove that if the cardinality of G is p to the power 6, then it cannot have exactly 6 normal subgroups. Okay, but I'm avoiding the proof for the sake of that we have to finish up all the paper. So in this case, first, second and 3 you can select using this statement, and the first and the third you can just select using this Z2 cross Z2 cross Z2, and hence option number 4 is your answer, because you have to select false statement. Option number 4 is your answer. Let's move to the next question. This question, this was from the homomorphism and its neighborhood. Also easy to moderate, you can say little bit moderate question. It was a good question. Try this out. We will discuss this in a while. Okay, can I start this? No, it's not working. All true. It's from part C. B में 2 ही आए थे, दोनों हमने डिस्कस कर लिए. I'll discuss the solution in detail for each and every option, but you guys try to solve it, try to understand. A, B, C, D, all. Okay. Good evening, Hemant. Good evening, everyone. कोई ऐसा है जो काफ़ी पुराना है? A, B, C, D. Okay. Yeah. ठीक है, फाइनली बन गया है. Okay, let me discuss this solution with you, all of you. चलिए, so we'll go through one by one concept, है ना. Easily इसको decode करते हैं. Again, our goal is not to just go through the answer. I think most of you already know the answer. The goal is to understand the concept behind this question. Okay, so let's just begin. So आपको दे रखा है G1 and G2 be two groups and phi is from G1 to G2 be a surjective group homomorphism. सर्जेक्टिव है ना, तो पहले आपको ये माइंड में रख लेना, सर्जेक्टिव है ना, ये चीजें आपको तुरंत दिमाग में सेट हो जानी चाहिए. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू. अब सर्जेक्टिव होमोमॉर्फिज्म है तो आप फंडामेंटल थ्योरम ऑफ ग्रुप थ्योरी लगा लीजिए और होमोमॉर्फिज्म which says that G1 upon kernel of phi is isomorphic to the range, and the range in this case is G2 because it's an onto homomorphism. G2, this theorem. Okay, now let's go through the statement कि क्या क्या information दे रखी है. If G1 is cyclic, then G2 is cyclic. देखो, अगर G1 cyclic हुआ तो G1 का कोई भी quotient group भी cyclic होगा. Every quotient group of a cyclic group is cyclic. So G1 upon kernel phi1 is a quotient group of G1 which will also be cyclic. That means G2 is isomorphic to a cyclic group and hence cyclic statement 1 is true. If G1 is abelian, then G2 is abelian. Quotient group of an abelian group is abelian, and we can select option number 2. If H is a subgroup of G1, then phi H is a subgroup of G2. Image of subgroup is always a subgroup. आप इसको वन स्टेप टेस्ट से आराम से प्रूफ करके ट्राई कर सकते हैं. अदरवाइज अगर आप फाई को रेस्ट्रिक्ट कर दो एच पे तो भी वो एक होमोमॉर्फिज्म ही देगा आपको. मोर ओवर, अगर आपको प्रूफ ही करना है, सो एच हैज आइडेंटिटी, सो फाई एच ऑल्सो हैज आइडेंटिटी बिकॉज इमेज ऑफ आइडेंटिटी इज आइडेंटिटी. मैं इसको आपको प्रूफ कर दूं क्या? लेट मी सी इफ आई कैन जस्ट प्रूव इट फॉर यू. ओके, कहाँ पे है? दिस वन. So you have been given that phi is from G1 to G2 and you have that H is subgroup of G1. It's an homomorphism. We have to check whether phi H is a subgroup of G2 or not. That's what we have to check. Okay, first, since E belongs to H, this implies phi E, which is equal to E2, identity of G2 group, that belongs to phi H. which implies that phi h is non-empty. Okay, non-empty. So we have at least one element. Now we can use one step test. Okay, now we'll take for any A and B belongs to H, A B inverse belongs to H. Why so? Because that H is a subgroup or H is a group itself. Now if I take so we have now I have to take any two elements from the phi h. So if I take phi h and I take two elements from here, those will be like something phi of x and phi of y belongs to phi h. That is our assumption. I have to check phi x y inverse. No, I have to prove that phi of x multiplied by phi of y inverse, this should be in phi of h. If I can prove that, I'm done. That's the definition of, that's one step test, A B inverse. So this is the test and we are going to apply here. Now phi x and phi y, we have corresponding A and B, something like that. So we have phi of x is image of some, image of x, and phi of y is image of y. Okay, so x and y belongs to H. This implies that x y inverse belongs to H. This implies that phi of x y inverse belongs to phi of H. And now you can use the property of homomorphism and proceed further. Okay, so that's proved. ये आ जाएगा आपका next step में. So if you have a subgroup, then the image of sub, or moreover the direct result will be image of a subgroup is always subgroup under group homomorphism. 3 is true. Now we have to prove fourth one. If n is a normal subgroup and G of G1, then phi n is a normal subgroup of G2. ये एकदम trivially दिखने वाला नहीं है. You have to go through the definition of normal subgroup. So let me prove the last one. We have that phi is from G1 to G2, and we have that n is a normal subgroup in G1, and we also have that it is an onto homomorphism. अगर यहाँ पे onto नहीं दिया होता तो we will see that if it is true without onto or not, or if it is true in case of onto. That is a good question. Let's see. So n have this property that for any x belongs to Z1 and n belongs to n, x inverse is in n. Normal subgroup की definition, that property R n have. Okay, now this implies that phi of x and x inverse belongs to phi of n. Okay, this implies that phi of x multiplied by phi of n multiplied by phi of x inverse, properties of homomorphism, belongs to phi n. This implies that now this is phi of x multiplied by phi of n multiplied by this inverse can go up using the property of homomorphism again. Inverse belongs to phi n. Okay, now the thing is that now we are using onto homomorphism, that every element of G2 can be written as phi x for some x because of the onto property. Since phi is onto, this implies this you can call it some G2 phi of n G2 inverse belongs to phi n for all G2 in G2. And why is that? Because of the onto property that phi x will go through whole G2 for different x. When x varies over G1, phi of x will varies over whole G2, and that gives you the definition of normal subgroup, right? For any phi n, यानी कि कोई भी आपके पास n के अंदर एलिमेंट है phi of n, if you take G2 phi n G2 inverse, that is again in phi n. That implies that phi n is a normal subgroup in G2. नाउ वी हैव यूज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ बीइंग ऑन टू, यानी कि अगर यहाँ पे ऑन टू नहीं दिया होता तो रिजल्ट गलत हो सकता था, बिकॉज फाई ऑफ एक्स विल वेरी ओवर ऑल G2 इफ एंड ओनली इफ G2 इज ऑन टू। अदरवाइज ऑन टू नहीं दिया होता तो जरूरी नहीं है नॉर्मल सब ग्रुप की इमेज नॉर्मल हो। कैन वी हैव अ काउंटर इन दैट केस? ऑन टू नहीं है तो कैन वी हैव अ काउंटर? Can we take this map from S3 to S3 and S3 has Z2, right? I take S3 and a map such that the kernel is A3, right? This one, this kind of map. Now image of A3 will be trivial in this case. S3 is normal and image of S3 is Z2, which is not normal in S3. So this kind of counter example you can construct when the map is not on to. I hope it is clear. It's little bit above the basic definitions, but I just wanted to give you a counter in that case as well. Is it clear? अगर आपने S3 को ले लिया G1 और G2 को भी S3 ही ले लिया and your homomorphism is that one such that the A3 is in the kernel, right? And now the range will be Z2 because of order 2, it's unique, which is not normal. The image of S3 under that homomorphism will be Z2, right? And Z2 is not normal in S3. So the image of normal need not normal in general. It is normal in case of on-to group homomorphism. Okay. So the option number 4 is also true because we have on-to homomorphism. Now you have a direct result. Okay. Now you have a direct result, which is what? Under on-to group homomorphism, image of a normal subgroup is normal. In general, it is not because we have a counter. So a good student will note down this counter, and a good student will also remember this result. Let's move to the next question. This one, ये मैंने पेपर से पहले ही बोला था कि 2023 पे एक बार काम करके जाना. There is good possibility कि 2023 का नंबर जो है आपके एग्जाम में आ सकता है बिकॉज 2023 इज दैट काइंड ऑफ नंबर. अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ 23, 24, 25, 29, 20, 21, 22 इनके ऊपर काम कर लेना. इन नंबर्स पे हो सकता है कि आपको एग्जाम में यहाँ से एक क्वेश्चन छप जाए. ओके, सो द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू डू हियर इज जस्ट डू द फैक्टराइजेशन. ओके, बाकी सब बाद में. Can I start here? Okay, 1 4. बाकी लोग ट्राई कर सकते हैं जिन्होंने पहले नहीं किया है. ग्रुप थ्योरी से टोटल 4 क्वेश्चन आए थे पार्ट सी में. ठीक है, एंड दिस वन इज नंबर 3. इसके बाद में एक और है एंड देन वी हैव 2-3 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द रिंग थ्योरी. Okay, I think let's stop here and talk about this solution, shall we? So you have to work on the number 2023. Okay, so let's just work over this number. You have order of group is equal to 2023. What are the prime factors here? Anyone would like to help me out? What are the prime factors? 2 doesn't divide. 3 plus 2 plus 2. 7 might divide. 3 doesn't divide. 5 doesn't divide. 7 might. Does it? Yeah, 7 divides. So 7 multiplied by 17 square. Okay. Are you sure there is no other prime factor here? Any confirmation, anyone? Is this the prime factorization? मैंने बताया था, बस कराया नहीं था कि काम कर लेना खुद से, जैसे जैसे आपको बता रहा हूँ. ओके, so now we can go for the Seiler's theorem. Okay, so we have 7 SSD and we have 17 SSD, and let's see how many of them are like, okay, what are the scenarios here. So we have a group of 1 plus 7k divide 17 square. That's like load of possibilities. And we have that 1 plus 17k divide 7. So this is unique. Okay, because only one possibility. So for 17 SSD, we have unique 17 SSD, and hence it is normal. And group can't be simple. Option 3 is gone. Okay. Group need not to be cyclic as well, because we can have Z17, Z17 cross Z17 cross Z7, which is not cyclic, because we have this duo here. So this is also gone. 2 option I can easily discard. Group is not simple, that I can select. Now we have to talk about whether the group is abelian or not. For that we have to determine how many 7 SSD are there. Okay, so we have to check out the number of possible solution for this equation. Okay, first one is fine. We have that 1 plus 7k divide 17 square. 17 square के factors कौन कौन है? One factor is 1, other factor is 17, and the next factor is 17 square. Those are the only factors of 17 square, right? 1p square. Now if I put k to be 0, then I get 1. That is perfectly fine. If I put k to be 1, then I get 8, which doesn't divide 17 or 17 square. If I put k equal to 2, that is also not doing anything at all. Yeah, so now it's passing 17. If I move ahead, can it be 17 square? If I get 1 plus 7k is equal to 17 multiplied by 17, can I get something like this, like 1 plus 7k equal to 17 m? This implies that 7k is equal to 17 m minus 1. This implies k is equal to 17 m minus 1 upon 7. Can I get a perfect integer like this? ये देखना पड़ेगा. 17 के नहीं हो रहा क्या? Is it unique? That you have to find out. That the square of 17, and then see whether the multiple of 1, whether the 1 plus 7k divide 17 square or not. Anyone? 1 plus 7k? What is 17 square? ये भी निकालना पड़ेगा क्या? What 17 square? Doesn't divide. ठीक है, यूनिक आ गया तब ठीक है. Then we can proceed further. Okay, so now I'll go to the theory कि next part क्या है theory का. If you get unique PSSGs. Okay, so we have our group. Order of G is equal to 7 multiplied by 17 square. We have H subgroup of G, and let's say H is equal to 7 SSG, and we have K subgroup of G, and let's say that K is equal to 17 SSG, and we have that H and K are unique. Yeah, good evening, Subham. And this simply implies that H is normal in G and K is also normal in G, because unique PSSG are normal, and normal if and only if unique. Now what we do is we define a map. Okay, also again we have that H intersection K is trivial. Why is that? Why H intersection K is trivial? Because any element in K is of order 1, 17 or 17 square, and any element in H is of order 1 or 7. So there cannot be anything common other than the identity, and hence we can easily imply that HK, the product of these two groups, is going to be whole G. Okay, that we can get from the order, okay, the multiplication. because there is nothing common and HK will give you the same order. Now we define a map, call it phi. Phi from H cross K, the direct product of one group of order 17 square, the other group of order 7, to H into K, which is our G. Okay. Since G is equal to HK, every element of G can be written as HK, where H belongs to H and K belongs to K uniquely because of the normalness of H and K. And I map phi of H comma K to H into K, and since every element can be written like this uniquely, and HK there is one-to-one correspondence, and the map is also homomorphism. This implies phi is an isomorphism, and hence G is isomorphic to the direct product of group H and K. Now what is your H? H is order of H is equal to 17 square, which implies H is abelian, because every group of order prime square is abelian. Again, sorry, order of H is 7, which is cyclic and hence abelian. Order of K is equal to 17 square, which is prime square, and K is also abelian. And if you have two groups which both of them are abelian, then the direct product is also abelian. This implies that G is abelian. Okay, so the group of order 2023 is always abelian. Fine. So it's an abelian group. And why it cannot be cyclic? Why it need not to be cyclic? Because for H we have two possibilities, right? Z17 cross Z17 and Z17 square. Those will be the only group of order 2023. What are those? First one is the cyclic one. The other one is Z17 cross Z17 cross Z7. That's it. Up to isomorphism, there are only two subgroups of order 2023. One is cyclic, the other one is that kind of abelian. Okay. Now by some way, if we are getting this kind of thing, like if we get 17 cube, okay, then we have a group of non-abelian group of order 17 cube. In that case, you can't say G is always abelian. Okay, your PSSG must be abelian first. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. This is the concept of silos and its application. The question is from group theory, and the correct answer is first and fourth. 4.75 marks. Okay, these kind of question we have already dealt. ऐसा नहीं है पेपर में पहली बार आया ये क्वेश्चन. We have already discussed these concepts. Okay, and then there was a question from this concept. Next question again. In your NET JRF exam, 4.75 marks. Try this out. I can give you like 3 minutes for this question, if not 2. On my bag, it's if n is a prime number. Let n is greater equal to 1 and 1 be a positive integer and Sn be the symmetric group group on n symbols. Del is G comma G, G belongs to Sn. Kind of like same entries. Which of the following statements are necessarily true? Sn cross Sn to Sn given by AB is homomorphism. Okay. Del is a subgroup of Sn cross Sn. Del is a normal subgroup. Del is a normal subgroup if n is prime. It's like kind of above average. You can say moderate or little bit moderate to difficult if you know all the information. देखो ग्रुप थ्योरी ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है ना कि अगर मैं पूरा ग्रुप थ्योरी का कंक्लूजन देखूँ ना पिछले एग्जाम में, इट वाज नाउ यू कैन आंसर ऑल ऑफ यू, जिसने भी निकाला है। ग्रुप थ्योरी इज काइंड ऑफ सब्जेक्ट जो या तो आपको एकदम पूरा घुस जाता है दिमाग में, नहीं तो चुपचाप 10-12 फॉर्मूले याद कर लो, साइलो थ्योरम का रट्टा मार लो, क्वेश्चन आ गया साक्षात तो मिल जाएंगे नंबर, नहीं आया कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है ना। बट ग्रुप थ्योरी ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है, पढ़ो तो ढंग से पढ़ना पड़ेगा। इवन रिंग थ्योरी इज लिटिल बिट इजियर देन ग्रुप थ्योरी। अगर मैं कंपेयर करूँ तो मैं डिफिकल्टी में रियल के बाद में मैं डायरेक्ट यही लूंगा, ग्रुप थ्योरी। रिंग इज लाइक, वैसे रिंग डिफिकल्ट है बट अगर आप फॉर्मूला बेस प्रिपेयर करोगे तो रिंग कैन हेल्प यू आउट इन एग्जाम, कि आपको 1-2 क्वेश्चन तो बन ही जाता है और आता ही इतना ही है। एनीवेज लेट्स डिस्कस द सॉल्यूशन नाउ। आपको एक सेट दिया है डेल विच इज g, g and g belongs to Sn, that's it, okay. g, g and g belongs to Sn, यानी कि इस ग्रुप की जो कार्डिनलिटी है वो एग्जैक्टली उतनी है जितनी Sn की है ना, बिकॉज वी हैव एग्जैक्टली यू नो द कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ डेल इज इक्वल टू कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ Sn, so it is you know you can say set of cardinality factorial n. Let's move ahead and discuss one by one. Now first one says the map f from Sn cross Sn to Sn given by fab is ab is a group homomorphism. Let's see whether it is a group homomorphism or not. क्या किया इसने, f is from Sn cross Sn to Sn and f of a comma b is equal to a operated over b by the operation of group theory. Now by operation of the group, that composition of permutations. Now let's see, I will take two elements. One, let's take x is equal to a1 b1 and let's take y is equal to a2 b2 and I will find f of x comma y, sorry x dot y multiplication with y, okay, f of x cross y, that is equal to f of a1 a2 because we are operating them coordinate wise, b1 b2 is equal to, so the image of a and b is a multiplied by b, I'll get a1 a2 b1 b2, right? Now I find f of x which is equal to f of a1 b1, this is a1 b1, and I find f of y which is f of a2 b2 which is a2 b2, and I find f of x f of y, I get a1 b1 a2 b2. Now are these two quantities equal in Sn? After a1 you need b1 according to this, but after a1 you have a2. Now you do not need to have the condition that these elements commute because Sn is not a billion. अगर commutativity होती तो काम बन जाता, we don't have commutativity. If we take non disjoint cycles जो commute ना करे, we will get a counter. अगर मैंने ऐसा एग्जांपल ले लिया that b1 and a2 does not commute, commute किसको करना है, a2 and b1 को, so you have to take an example such that a2 b1 is not equal to b1 a2 and you will have your counter example. तो मिल जाएगा, ऐसी पॉसिबिलिटी तो है ही ना ग्रुप में Sn में, so this need not to be a homomorphism. Now I don't want to find the counter in exam, I'm sure कि मिलेगा पक्का, ठीक है. Now the next second statement says that del is a subgroup of Sn cross Sn. Let's see if it is a subgroup of Sn cross Sn or not. That was for option A. Let's look for option B. So we have del is equal to g comma g, g belongs to Sn, it is a subset of Sn cross Sn. I want to check whether it is a subgroup or not. Okay, so first E comma E belongs to del, implies del is non-empty, okay, not equal to empty. Now I can go for one step test. I'll take an element, let's take element x equal to, let's call it x comma x, and y is equal to y comma y, two element in del. I need to show that xy inverse is in del. Okay, so xy inverse is equal to, I'll simply get xy inverse comma xy inverse, okay, which are again of the form g comma g, which is in del. Implies that by one step test, del is a subgroup of Sn cross Sn, because for any x and y belongs to del, xy inverse is also in del, and and del is non-empty set, so it's a normal subgroup. Is it clear? Del is a sorry, not normal, del is a subgroup of Sn cross Sn. Now we have to look for whether it is a normal subgroup or not. Okay, so for normal subgroup, can you give me any counter for normal subgroup? Can you give me any counter for normal subgroup? This is for option B. It's a proof for option B. For option C, we have to check whether it is a normal subgroup or not. How do we do that? Counter बना सकते हैं, छोटा counter. Like if I take S3 cross S3, can I get some counter in that case? अगर यहाँ counter मिल गया तो B, C, D का भी काम हो जाएगा. That's why I'm taking prime. चलिए, if I take G, G type of element, G belongs to S3, okay, then I am getting a subgroup of S3 cross S3 of order 6. Okay, this is a del. Then order of del is equal to factorial 3, which is 6. That is fine. क्या ये नॉर्मल हो सकता है? अब मेरी एक बात सुनो, यहां पे आपके पास S3 के सारे एलिमेंट आ रहे हैं. If I find X, let's call this element del, ना del नहीं बोलते हैं, इसको कुछ और बोलते हैं. Let's call it T. Okay, X T X inverse equal to X T X inverse. अगर मैं इसके ऊपर ऑपरेट करूं, where X is in what? X is in S3 cross S3, है ना? So what I'll get? So my X is equal to XY. Okay, and my T is equal to GG. What I will get? I'll get yes, exactly, that's what I'm doing. So I'll get X Y G G X X inverse. I'll get X G X inverse, and I'll get Y inverse, है ना? Y G और X G X inverse and Y G Y inverse. This is what I'm getting. Okay, अब ये यानी कि आप ये सारे X Y ऑपरेट करोगे for all X and Y, for all X I'll operate X T X inverse, है ना? यानी कि सारे के सारे कॉन्जुगेट आए, हर एलिमेंट के कॉन्जुगेट आएंगे, ठीक है ना? G के सारे कॉन्जुगेट, और G के सारे कॉन्जुगेट कौन है? आप एक ग्रुप के सारे एलिमेंट उठा रहे हो और उसके सारे कॉन्जुगेट निकाल रहे हो. That will be the group ना, all the conjugate of this G, and then G varies over whole group. Okay, no, अरे ऐसे देख लो यार, S3 क्रॉस S3 में छोटा काउंटर दिखा देता हूं, ये बहुत बड़ा सेट बन जा रहा है, ठीक है ना? मतलब कॉन्जुगेट बाहर चले जाएंगे. जैसे मैंने क्या किया, 1 2 ले लिया, ठीक है, और 1 2 ले लिया. ये एलिमेंट आपका डेल में है, S3 क्रॉस S3. हाँ, दैट यू कैन से, ठीक है. अब मैंने क्या किया, देखो कॉन्जुगेट आएंगे तो सेम आएंगे. XC X इनवर्स YG Y चेंज हो जाएगा, कॉन्जुगेट चेंज हो जाएगा ना. यस, यू आर राइट, है ना? अब मैंने ले लिया, जैसे 1 3 ले लिया और एक ले लिया मैंने 1 2, ये एलिमेंट ले लिया मैंने X, ठीक है, एंड दिस इज माय एलिमेंट सम T. नाउ इफ आई फाइंड X T X इनवर्स, दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 3 1 2, ओके, एंड आई हैव, वो तो ऑर्डर 2 के कम्यूट नहीं कर जाएंगे इसके साथ, ठीक है. लाइक समवॉट यू विल गेट काउंटर लाइक दिस, है ना? यहां से ऐसे काउंटर मिल जाएगा आपको, 1 1 3 1 2, and you have ये this is x, this is y. Okay, now I get xt x inverse. I'll get x 1 3 no sorry 1 2 x inverse, and I'll get y which is 1 2 and 1 2 and 1 2 inverse. Okay, now you can see that you are getting, यहाँ तो आपका 1 2 ही आएगा, and here you will get something else. So you will not get the closure property anymore कि g comma g will not be, no. So in conclusion, that x t x inverse does not belongs to del for all x belongs to s3 cross s3. this one ना, conjugate बाहर चले जाएंगे, बिकॉज यहाँ पे जब हम ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं ना, तो यहाँ तो x ऑपरेट हो रहा है, कॉन्जुगेट किससे आएगा, x से, g का कॉन्जुगेट x से आ रहा है, और यहाँ पे g का कॉन्जुगेट y से आ रहा है, तो अलग अलग आ सकते हैं, आएंगे भी, है ना. सो दिस नीड नॉट टू बी अ normal subgroup even if prime, because the same counter we are given the counter over s3, the counter will work. Okay. So the correct answer is option 2 only. I hope it is clear. आपको डेफिनेशन पता है तो ये क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बट थोड़ा डेंस जाना पड़ेगा. Not trivial question. It's, you can say, moderate or little bit difficult for some people. Let's move to the next question. ये ग्रुप थ्योरी का लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, टोटल 4 आए थे पार्ट सी में से. दिस इज द फोर्थ वन. Try this out. I'll just make it a little bit smaller so that it become visible to you. If G is a group of order 244, then G contains a unique subgroup of order 27. If G is a subgroup of order 1694, then G contains unique subgroup. Okay, I'll start the timer. चलो, ट्राई टू डू इट इन 2 minutes. कोई पहले आंसर नहीं करेगा, सारे लोग एग्जैक्ट 2 मिनट पे एक साथ आंसर करेंगे, ठीक है. Two, 1. Now you can answer. हुआ नहीं क्या किसी का? You can have like 30-40 more seconds for this problem, but I think that is the enough time. एक आंसर है मेरे पास अभी तक. Anyone else wants to answer this question? See, the question is straightforward. You have to use Sylow's theorems and try to conclude about the solution. ठीक है. Let me see. ये भी आपका अलजेब्रा, ये ग्रुप थ्योरी का लास्ट क्वेश्चन है. बाद में 2 क्वेश्चन रिंग के करेंगे. एक फील्ड का था, बट बिकॉज इट इज फ्रॉम फील्ड एक्सटेंशन, आई एम गेलवा, सो आई एम लेटिंग इट गो. ओके, ऑप्शन 1 में दिया आपको 2 2 4 4, ऑर्डर ऑफ ग्रुप इज इक्वल टू 2 4 4, आपको डायरेक्ट इसको फैक्टराइज करना है, एंड देन इट इज सेइंग दैट इट हैज अ सब ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्डर 27. ओके, देयर एग्जिस्ट H contained in G such that order of H is equal to 27. Now if you look at this question, if I sum them up, 2 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10, 3 doesn't divide 10, okay, and 3 divide 27. So 3 doesn't divide 2, 4, 4 है ना, ऐसे होता है ना, सम ऑफ डिजिट को अगर 3 नहीं डिवाइड कर रहा है, ऐसा कुछ रिजल्ट है, ऐसे ही है ना कुछ. Anyways, if you can try explicitly that 2, 4, 4, if you divide it by 3, it doesn't divide. Okay, so and hence 27 can't divide. 27 does not divide 2, 4, 4. So you cannot have a subgroup. तो फर्स्ट वाला तो एकदम आसान था, you can easily discard it. It was easy. ये तो मतलब एकदम गरीबों के लिए था पहला ऑप्शन. भाई डिवाइड तो करना चाहिए सबग्रुप होने के लिए, डिवाइड ही नहीं कर रहा है. ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन. If G is a group of order 1694, so we have to prime factorize 1694. This is A. In B we have 1694. इसके प्राइम फैक्टर क्या आ रहे हैं? 1694, राइट? दिस वन. पहले तो मैं 2 से डिवाइड कर सकता हूँ इसको. व्हाट आर द प्राइम फैक्टर्स हियर? 4 से करूँ? जा रहा है 4 से, नहीं जा रहा, 2 से करना पड़ेगा. 8 4, 7. Is it fine? 2, 11 square. Thank you. 2 into 7 into 11 square. That's the prime factorization. अब क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं. It says that first option says that it contains a unique subgroup of order 1 to 1. So we can directly apply the Sylow's theorem. So we have 1 plus 11k divides 2 into 7, which is 14. ठीक है, that will give us the possibility, है ना? And since the 11 SSD has order 121, so we can directly apply here, है ना, कि 121 की एग्जिस्टेंस की मिल जाएगी यहाँ पे. हाउ मेनी सॉल्यूशंस वी कैन हैव? इफ आई पुट k इक्वल टू 0, 1 डिवाइड्स 14, so 1 is possibility. If I put k equal to 2, that's 23, which is exceeding 14, यानी कि आगे नहीं चलना है. So unique. This implies 11 SSD is unique. This implies 11 SSD is normal. Okay, unique means normal. So we have a group of order 154 which contains a unique subgroup of order 7. 154 का prime factorization क्या है? I have 2 multiplied, if I divide it by 7, I'll get, एक तो 7 दे ही दिया ना इसने खुद ही, ठीक है. So I have 22. Is it? Yeah, 22 into 7 is 154. So I have 2 into 7 into 11. That is the prime factorization. Okay. Which contains the unique. अच्छा, existence की बात बोल रहा है. We can take cyclic and directly select it. Don't need to go further. Otherwise, even if they have given that every group, then we have to check. है ना? क्या every group में होगा? 1 plus 7k divides 22. हाँ, गरीबों के लिए था. There is a group of order 154 which contains a unique subgroup of order 7. मैं देख रहा हूँ हर ग्रुप में. There exists नहीं, हर ग्रुप में देखते हैं. Right? No, in every group it need not to be. Right? Because we have k equal to 3. If I put that, then I get 22. So that is the possibility. So in every group it need not to be, but there exists, yeah, for every prime divisor there is a subgroup of order p. Cauchy. For every prime power divisor there is a subgroup of order prime power. Sylow. First. So now fourth one, there exists a group of order 121 which contains 2 subgroup of order 11. 2 subgroup of order 11. You can take Z11 cross Z11. Right? It contains how many subgroup of order 11? So many. It contains 2, yes. इस ग्रुप के पास ऑर्डर 11 के 2 सबग्रुप है, yes or no? Yes, तो क्यों नहीं लगा रहे हो? ठीक है. So 2, 3 and 4. ठीक है ना, ये बहुत लोगों के नंबर खा गया था. You need to be very careful. Sometimes आपको कॉन्सेप्ट पता होता है, आपको आंसर भी पता होता है, बट क्वेश्चन रीडिंग में दिक्कत आ जाती है ना. वो पूछ रहा है कि 121 ऑर्डर के ग्रुप में ऑर्डर 11 के 2 सब ग्रुप होते हैं. 2 से ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं, हाँ 2 होते हैं ना बस, ठीक है ना। सो टोटल कितने हैं? वी हैव मैनी, ओके, बट does it contain 2? Yes, it contains 2. So correct answer is 2, 3, 4. I hope it is fine for everyone. Let's move to the next question from the group theory. Ring theory is, group theory is finished. We had total 6 questions from the group theory, right? We had total 6 questions from the group theory, 2 in part B and 4 in part C. Okay. Let's move to the ring theory. Question number 1 is on your screen. This one. ये तो लड्डू बटे थे, एकदम सीधे सीधे। जो ग्रुप वाली क्लास हुई थी इससे पहले, तब मैंने आपको बोला था कि यूएन में और जेडएन में रिलेशन को याद कर लेना, और रिजल्ट भी दिया था ना ग्रुप रिवीजन वाली जो क्लास थी उसमें, वहीं से देख लो ये क्वेश्चन है। तो पहले भी आए हुए हैं और भी आएंगे। रिलेशन बिटवीन यूएन एंड जेडएन, है ना, यूएन को जेडएन में चेंज करना अप टू आइसोमॉर्फिज्म। एक 27 को मैंने क्लास रखी है ओपन। I'll see that if we can connect through Google Meet and at the same time stream on YouTube. उसके जो पेज की लिंक है वो मैंने टेलीग्राम चैनल पे शेयर कर दिया है। If you are not in the Telegram channel, it is suggested that you find the link in the description at the top and get yourself added into the Telegram channel. उस पेज पे कमेंट सेक्शन मैंने इनेबल किया है। You can ask your queries in advance. वो हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं उस सेशन में, मतलब पंचायती सेशन बोलते हैं उसे हम स्पेसिफिकली। सो विल डिस्कस अबाउट सम जनरल थिंग्स इन दैट सेशन। चलिए, एनीवन एनी आंसर? टाइमर वाइमर नहीं लगाया मैंने, मैं खुद ही भूल गया। द नंबर ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ इक्वेशन x स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 1 इन द रिंग Z10 अपॉन 105। ठीक है, आपको सीधा सीधा क्या करना है, आपको दिया हुआ है z अपॉन 105z। सो दिस इज ऑलवेज सिमिलर टू, ना, z अपॉन nz इज सिमिलर टू zn, सो दैट्स आइसोमॉर्फिक टू 105। ओके, दिस वी हैव। नाउ वी हैव द रिंग एंड वी नीड द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ इक्वेशन x स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 1, यानी कि यहां से x स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 1 आ रहा है। दिस इंप्लाइज x इज यूनिट, okay, and the set of units for zn star or zn x is isomorphic to un। ठीक है, हाँ बताओ क्या नहीं समझ में आ रहा है अब्दुल? जो नहीं समझ में आ रहा है वो पूछो। zn x is isomorphic to un, that we know। set of all unit of ring of integers zn finite, है ना, is un, है ना। So this z105 x units of this ring will be isomorphic to u105, okay, the multiplicative group which is isomorphic to u, इसके प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन कर देता हूं मैं, that's 21 into 5, that's 3 into 5 into 7, right? 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7, right? Yeah, that is isomorphic to u3 cross u5 cross u7, okay, and u3 is isomorphic to z2, u5 is isomorphic to z4, u7 is isomorphic to z6, and now they are asking that how many elements are there in this group such that x square is identity। okay, that means number of element of order 2 plus identity। एक तो identity आ गया, rest of them are number of element of order 2। okay, so for this we have, if there are k entries, then the number of element of order 2 is 2 to the power k minus 1, so we have 2 cube minus 1, 7 elements of order 2 here, and 1 is identity, and hence total 8 solution to this equation। is it clear? Anyone, any doubt? आपको कौन सा रिजल्ट याद रखना है? फर्स्ट इज दैट um comma n, um cross n is isomorphic to um cross un, provided that M and N are co-prime. Okay. And second, the relation between Zm and Zn. Okay. Second is Zm and Um. U of p to the power n is isomorphic to Z p to the power n. Right. Oh, that's for prime, no? Not for cross. We have the order to be p to the power n minus p to the power n minus 1, right? Zp to the power n minus p to the power n minus 1, this one, right? Yeah, so these two results I have used. That's it. Last and final question in this class. The question is from the ring theory, and now I remember to start timing. Try this out. I can give you 1 more minute after these 2 minutes. If you are not getting anything, you can ask Abdul or any of you. If you find anything difficult or not understanding it, I can explain it in simpler manner. Okay. दूसरों को भी करने दो. There was one more question from the ring theory, but that goes to Galois. So I think that majority of the people are not familiar with Galois groups, so I'm not doing that, because in that case you need to know Galois theory, all of it, to understand it better, which is fine. If there is one question from Galois, I would drop it for NetJRF. Zx and then ideal generated by a prime number and some polynomial. This is like standard question. You can go on with the answer now. 2, 3, 1. Anyone else? Okay. So I'll just tell you the hint which we are using here. What hint we are using here is that if I simply solve this one, I have the ideal generated by 2 and 1 plus x square, and we have zx. Okay, so zx, and if I divide it by ideal generated by 2 and 1 plus x square, इसमें ना जब प्राइम दे रखा ना, एक इसको हटा के यहाँ पे लगा दो, ठीक है, because now every polynomial in zx will be divided by 2, तो वो z2 में आ गया, and this is reducible in z2. 1 plus x square is reducible in z2, right? 1 is the root, so it cannot be filled and hence cannot be maximal. ठीक है, zx में क्या होता है ना, ideal generated by element is maximal if and only if zx upon that particular ideal is a field. Okay, but this p, यहाँ पे जो p है, सारे polynomial के जो कोफिशिएंट है, they will get divided by this p, यानी कि 2 से डिवाइड होगा, यानी कि कोई भी polynomial होगा वो z2 में आ जाएगा, z से z2 में आ जाएगा. अब 1 plus x square is reducible over z2, not over z. So since it is reducible over z2, you will not get a field, and hence the ideal is not maximal. So this statement is false. I use the same logic here, and I get z2 and I get 1 plus x square, which is an irreducible polynomial in z2, and hence it will generate this is a field, है ना, z upon 2 and 1 plus x square. This is a field because I'll get all polynomial divided by, the coefficient divided by 2, I'll get z2, and 1 plus x square is irreducible over z2. Hence I'll get field. This is a field, and hence this ideal is a maximal ideal. This is true. Similarly, the ideal generated by 3 and 1 plus x square, I'll get z3 and I'll get 1 plus x square. Okay, over z3 1 plus x square is irreducible, and hence I'll get field again. Okay, so z and ideal generated by 3 and 1 plus x square, this one is 1 plus x square, right? This is a field now. Okay, because 1 plus x square is irreducible over z3 because it has no root in z3. Done. So 3 is also selected. Now the ideal generated by 3 and ideal generated by 1 plus x square, again we'll get z3, and 1 plus x square is reducible over z3 because 1 is a root, so it's not even an integral domain, and hence it cannot be filled, and hence this is not a maximal ideal. So this is called. Correct answers are 2 and 3. It wasn't difficult if you know the concept. It was very difficult if you don't know the concept. Okay, so that was all. एक क्वेश्चन मैंने ड्रॉप किया है जिसका मैं बता दे रहा हूँ आपको. बाकी पूरा का पूरा अलजेब्रा जो आया था वी हैव डिस्कस्ड हियर. ओके, अब जो कल वाला एक जो पंचायती सेशन जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उस सेशन का लिंक मैं आपको अभी शेयर कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, कमेंट सेक्शन में, और मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी डाल दूंगा लेटर ऑन व्हेन द सेशन फिनिशेस. सो फ्रॉम देयर ऑन यू कैन ऑल्सो एक्सेस दैट क्लास. दैट इज ऑल फ्रॉम माई साइड. एक दिन में वो भी करें क्या कहते हैं उसको, complex. We have one more day left. Okay, so in that one day जो एक हमारे पास फ्री है, we can do complex, or we can do some chilling practice session or something, or we can have a break. Last वाले दिन में I'll give you we will have just a chilling session which is called पंचायती session. लिंक उसका मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में पेस्ट किया है, कमेंट सेक्शन में पेस्ट किया है. You guys can access it from there. अब्दुल बोल रहे हैं मुझे कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. देखो, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो कुछ नहीं आएगा ना. यू नीड टू फिगर आउट कि क्या समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, एग्जैक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट की यहाँ से ये चीज़ नहीं समझ में आई है कि सर ये क्वेश्चन का ये ऑप्शन नहीं समझ में आया, ये क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ में आया है, देन आई कैन सॉल्व योर प्रॉब्लम, है ना अब्दुल. कॉम्प्लेक्स कर दें या ओके, वी विल डू कॉम्प्लेक्स in next class. I'll try to put more complex क्योंकि complex के 31 marks है, so we have pretty much problems, and we will also do पिछले से पिछला complex भी if time permits. Okay, at least उतना तो कर ही देंगे. अब्दुल, अगर आप पेपर के क्वेश्चन देख रहे हो and you don't know the theory, then it is going to be difficult for you. So what I will suggest is कि आप अगर अभी initial phase में है, then you try to go through the basic theorems, statements, and then you go through these problems of the exams. Okay, otherwise it will be problematic for you. डायरेक्ट एग्जाम के क्वेश्चन लेके बैठोगे विदाउट गोइंग थ्रू थियरी, देन फिर आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा. दैट्स लाइक वेरी स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस. जस्ट इमेजिन कि पहले दिन ही आपको गाड़ी में बिठा दिया जाए और बोले चलाओ. ओके, डायरेक्ट you need to learn about it first. Okay, all right, if any of you have any question, any query, I'm here for like 30 seconds. Otherwise I'm done for today's class. If you're very first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss any further classes from my side. In this series we have solved almost like सारे subject के PYQs हमने solve किए हैं one by one from the pure mathematics. Okay, we can have topology as well कल के लिए, but topology is not that much. So yeah, anyone, any question? I'm done from my side. हाँ जी, बोलिए. आपका नाम नहीं समझ में आया. ओह, वैसे आज क्रिसमस है. इफ एनी ऑफ यू सेलिब्रेट क्रिसमस, अ गुड जोक. क्रिसमस पे सेंटा से मांगा कि नेट JRF दे दो. you feel lack of okay Lalo, I will do that. I feel lack of focus during question solving. ड्यूरिंग क्वेश्चन सॉल्विंग यानी कि आपका प्रॉब्लम है 3 घंटे लगातार फोकस नहीं कर पा रहे हो. आई थिंक दैट इज योर इश्यू. फिर आपको सीरियस पेपर में तो देखो फोकस तो अपने आप हो जाता है, बट 3 घंटे तक कंटिन्यू हाँ हड़बड़ी मच जा रही है. प्रैक्टिस चाहिए आपको, है ना. यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस. आप एक काम करिए, टाइम बाउंड में आपने टेस्ट नहीं दिए हैं, है ना. मतलब जितना मुझे लग रहा है कि आपने टाइम बाउंड के साथ में टेस्ट या टाइम बाउंड के साथ प्रैक्टिस नहीं की है ना. इन लोगों के साथ ये वाली प्रॉब्लम आती है. आप एक काम करो, R² पे T10 करके एक टेस्ट सीरीज अपलोड कर रखी है, उसमें हर सब्जेक्ट के 3-3 टेस्ट है, लगभग 15 है. वो सारे दे लो टाइम के साथ में, और ट्राई करो कि टाइम बाउंड के साथ आप काम करते रहो. टेस्ट दिया है फिर भी हो रहा है, फिर तो कम होना चाहिए. फिर आप इम्प्रूव करो टाइम के साथ हर टेस्ट में, है ना. एड लिटिल बिट मोर इम्प्रूवमेंट इन एवरी टेस्ट. बाकी खुद ही कामनेस लेनी पड़ेगी. अच्छा T10 भी दिया है, शाबाश. ओके ओके. फिर तो आपको थोड़ा मेडिटेशन और थोड़ी सी ब्रीथिंग करने की ज़रूरत है, कि आराम से लंबी सांस लेके बैठें पेपर देने, है ना. फोकस करके बैठें, और पेपर देने से थोड़ी देर पहले ही सीट पे पहुंच जाए. मैं एग्ज़ाम की बात कर रहा हूँ डायरेक्ट, क्योंकि अब वो टाइम नहीं बचा है. थोड़ी देर पहले सीट पे बैठें और अपने आप को कंफर्ट में ले लें, 2-4 लंबी लंबी सांसें लें. ठीक है. दैट इज़ ऑल आई कैन से राइट नाउ, क्योंकि अभी आपका एग्ज़ाम हेड पे है और पेपर में हो जाता है. डोंट वरी, जब आप एग्ज़ाम में बैठोगे फोकस वगैरह सब हो जाएगा. को बस टाइम का ध्यान रखते रखते क्वेश्चन देने हैं. ठीक है ना. चलिए आज के लिए इतना ही मेरी तरफ से. फिर मिलेंगे आपसे. गुड नाइट एवरीवन. अभी टेस्ट देना चाहिए. देखो T10 दे रहे हो दे लो, 1-2 FLT देने दे लो, बट लास्ट दिन में टेस्ट ना दें श्रुति. ठीक है. लास्ट दिन में कुछ ना करें, चिल करें, रिवीजन करें बस. नो टेस्ट फॉर द लास्ट डे. 27 को कोई टेस्ट नहीं देना है. ठीक है. उससे पहले कल है आपके पास 7th अटेम्प्ट. बताइए. कोई नहीं, दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. आई थिंक कि कौन सा भी अटेम्प्ट हो, आई डोंट थिंक दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम. नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट इज फाइन, कौन सा भी हो. पॉजिटिव रहो, कुछ नहीं, एक अटेम्प्ट में निकलता है. ठीक है. तो इफ़ यू हैव एनी मोर क्वेरीज, मैंने जो लिंक पेस्ट किया है आई कैन पेस्ट इट अगेन. आप इसके ऊपर मुझसे पूछ सकते हो आपके क्वेरीज. यहाँ पे कमेंट सेक्शन में डाल देना. आई विल डिस्कस विथ यू इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन ऑन December 27 around at 9 PM. Yeah. Good night everyone, and thank you for watching this. I hope that these sessions are helpful for you. Good night all of you.